In a world where beloved intellectual properties are forced to be alone and kept separate from one another against their will, two men intend to break them free of this oppressive regime and bring these franchises together through the medium of crossover fanfiction. This is Crossover Quest!
Hello and welcome to Crossover Quest.
Hello and welcome
I'm
to
Ali.
Crossover Quest. You didn't let me see the whole thing.
I'm sorry, you gotta go again.
No, it's fine, you do it.
Let's say welcome to Crossover Quest.
Welcome to Crossover Quest.
I'm Ali.
And I'm William.
And so it's a podcast where we do some crossover fanfiction and read them to you.
Again.
And this week,
No, that's misleading. We only read them once, but we do it every week.
And this week, speaking of weeks, this week.
It's been an interesting... Where do you want me to go with this? Oh, it's been
I'm
a cracking
telling you
week.
what it's going to be this week.
Oh, alright, okay. I thought you wanted me to talk about...
Alright, do you want to talk about the week?
Let me just think from it. Game of Thrones is really good. We saw Civil War last week.
That's last week though.
Oh, that was last week. Shit, this week. Something's happened this week.
So you finished Uncharted 4.
Oh yeah, finished Uncharted 4. That was brilliant. That was really good. So, okay. We might do Uncharted one day.
Hope so. I really hope
great.
so.
I really do. I hope we do Uncharted. Uncharted and Underworld Revolution. Or One Day Underworld.
Yeah, I
movies.
forgot about those movies.
Yeah. What else?
Speaking of things that you forgot about, this week we're doing X-Files and Xena Warrior Princess.
Oh, I forgot about
Yeah, everyone's forgotten about Xena Warrior Princess.
that. X-Files is back now. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I didn't watch any of it, no. Because I didn't watch the last 6 series, like everybody who watched the X-Files, so...
I was kind of into it. Can't say I properly watched all of it.
Exactly, yeah.
I've seen all the movies, and the last one
I didn't see any of the movies.
None of them.
No, I didn't even see the original one that came out.
The last one was terrible. The original one wasn't very good either, I don't think. Some of the episodes were the best TV in the world at the time.
X-Files at the time was the best TV
How
at
old
the
were
time.
we when that came out in 94? We were like 12, or you were like 10 or 12.
Yeah, 10,
when we started watching that was fucking amazing. I was so hooked. Probably the first TV show that got me totally hooked.
Yeah.
What's the next one? And
there's nothing I've loved that much before since, probably.
No.
I was so into it for
and
that
when you're
short
young,
period of
you're
time.
kind of stupid and you have like no patience, and you wanted a show that was Monster of the Week and new story each week. When they did storylines that were like connected to a larger story, you'd always be like, these are the boring episodes.
But then when you're older, that's what you want.
That's what you want when you're older. You want
and you try and rewatch X-Files, like, why is this not about aliens? Why is this about Chupacabra?
Yeah. No,
Every fucking week with Chupacabra.
Those episodes are really good though. The Chupacabra.
Yeah, some of them are good, yeah.
The little flies.
Some of them are not good.
No, the show has not aged that well. Because I went back and watched it a few years ago and it has not aged that well. But at the time, it was succulent television. It was the best thing on the box. It really was. I absolutely loved it. Bought all the videos, and the videos were really good. They didn't release the whole series.
They weren't really good, were they? I mean,
they were all thematic. They all
£15 for an episode.
It was a rip-off. But you got like 4 episodes that were usually connected somehow to like the storyline that connected them. Like the Tombs video had all the Tombs episodes, and that was brilliant.
I think the only one that wasn't part of the whole overarching conspiracy.
Barry, that was so good they brought him back.
Yeah. Both in the first series as well.
That's true.
I rewatched it like a few months ago.
They're both in the first series.
I say I rewatched it. I watched the first series and like 3 episodes. I was like, nah, I can't.
Oh no, but see, that's the thing. I did that too. But like when you push through in that series, there's episodes that stand out. Like wow, what a great story that was. What a great story.
I didn't have patience.
And at the time, I loved Mulder and Scully.
Yeah.
But you watch it now, and you're like, that Skinner cannot act.
Skinner.
He's got one particular like expression that he's always doing, concerned. You know, always concerned, like,
stern and concerned.
I wouldn't do that, Mulder. You're pushing it too far, Mulder. All that stuff, and then there's other characters. But yeah, X-Files was awesome. I loved it.
Awesome.
It came back. I should probably watch the new ones.
That's true. Yeah, as much as I loved it as a kid, I probably should watch the new ones.
I don't know how it's gone down. I don't know anything about it. Actually, I've not been paying attention.
Yeah, is it finished now?
I don't know anything about it. All I know is that it came back and people were talking about it for like 5 minutes. That's all I remember.
Well then, speaking about things that came back and people were talking about for 5 minutes.
We're going to talk about the X-Files again, because that fits that description perfectly. Did you not listen a minute ago?
Yeah.
So,
but Xena Warrior Princess, that didn't come back. But people did talk about it for 5 minutes.
There's probably been TV movies. I don't know. I don't know. I literally never seen an episode of it. I don't think it was shown in this country, Channel 5.
It would have been shown.
I don't know, man.
Sky 1 or something.
Everything I know from that show I learned from The Simpsons, or whenever Lucy Lawless has appeared as herself in other shows, even in, like dressed as Warrior Princess. I know it's a spin-off of Hercules, which I've also never seen. I think they were both on Channel 5 back in the day, because I can remember sort of seeing them. I think I gave one of them a chance. Thought, this looks kind of good. Like, it might be like Lord of the Rings or something, although I don't really like Lord of the Rings, but I like fantasy, so it might be like fantasy. It might be quite good, maybe like Willow or something, a bit more, low budget. And then you watch it, and it's so bad.
I don't think I ever saw an episode of it.
Sorry if you're a fan, but it's so bad.
I think I saw an episode of Relic Hunter, if that's similar.
Like the Tomb Raider rip-off show. And then they also had
Mutant X.
Mutant X. Yeah, Mutant X. That was a Sky One back in the day.
That's why I'm thinking that Hercules Legendary Adventures, Hercules and Xena were on Sky One probably.
Yeah, they did a really good job of pastiching it in Entourage, with him being like Viking Quest, and then she had her spin-off show that was more popular. I know, Entourage sucks dick, but they did some nice fan service and that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know much about these characters. I know that Lucy Lawless is an imposing figure, and probably
Xena was huge at the time.
Popular, yeah. And she looked really cool as Xena, and I guess she was a bit like Wonder Woman, I guess.
Didn't really retain its fans, did it?
I don't know anything about any of this. I've got nothing to add. I feel like that black taxi driver who took it on the BBC to talk about Apple Music, and he's like, no, I know nothing about any of this. Leave me alone. You owe me £6.75 for the taxi. They never break down in 5 pence. Yeah. No, sorry. I don't know anything about Xena. I just know what she looked like, and that it's fantasy. So don't expect much Xena flavour in my story.
So if there's going to be like a big Xena nostalgia kind of resurgence in the next couple of years, people are like, I've got to get more of that Xena going.
Yeah, true.
Possibly.
True. So we're going to now read our pre-prepared statements. There are basically statements. Mine is a manifesto of sorts.
You've done a manifesto?
I've done a manifesto. Yeah, mine is why the fuck not? I've said it now. Nothing makes a difference in the end. I start stories with characters that never appear in the story, stuff like that. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's a manifesto. Fuck it. It's like Animal Farm or something. It's got a political.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it now.
I bet you are, because I am too. I can't wait now to think what it might be when I read it back.
Oh, cool. Let's read these stories.
I read them. I wouldn't blow people's minds to know that I probably write these when I'm heavily under the influence of, like, say, I don't know, absinthe or something that's hard to test. Absinthe. That way I don't really remember what I've written. Or what file I've stored it in.
Cool, I look forward to hearing it. Let's
if I find the file.
Let's get these stories read.
Okay.
So we're going to read you some stories.
Yes, we are.
We've got some stories we've both prepared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the general narrative of all this.
And as we discussed earlier, they are about the X-Files and Xena Warrior Princess.
I'd already forgotten. I'm not even kidding. I'd already forgotten.
And I'll go first.
Thanks for
and my
reminding me.
story is called the X-Files and Xena Warrior Princess.
I hope at the end of your story I'll have sunk in before I read mine.
Yeah, before you read yours.
Before I read it, yeah.
Read it from paper or...
Parchment. It's on parchment.
Oh, it's on parchment. Your manifesto's on parchment.
Yep.
Nice. I look forward to listening to that.
It's got pictures.
Cool.
They pop up.
That's not very good for an audio podcast, but I appreciate the effort.
I'll let this wafting noise hit the mic. They'll totally get the.
Oh, okay.
They'll get it.
Cool. Anyway, Xena... no, the X-Files and Xena Warrior Princess.
Is that what you're calling it?
Yes, Xena no, the X-Files and Xena Warrior Princess.
Good name.
Special agents Mulder and Scully had worked for the FBI for years, solving paranormal mysteries that usually went nowhere, but sometimes it was aliens. However, at some point in the last few years...
Not sometimes enough if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree. At some point
in your
the last
narrator
few
voice. You agree in your narrator voice. I agree. You do.
Oh, sorry.
You have a narrator voice. It's funny. All the people on Twitter are talking about it.
Aww.
They don't tweet you about it. Is that how Twitter works? I don't know.
I don't know either. I've got no clue how that shit works. At some point in the last few years, a cataclysmic event had happened which had left the world in ruins. None of the survivors could even remember when the event happened because every calendar had been destroyed, even the ones people have on their phones.
Can't even download a new one from the App Store because I'm guessing the App Store has been destroyed too.
Just all calendars.
So the App Store...
Everything works as calendars, you can't tell what year it is.
Oh.
Mulder and Scully were still hanging together, even during these times of strife, just kicking about solving paranormal mysteries old school. Except now they wore togas because the world was basically ancient Greece after the aforementioned cataclysmic event. But they wore black togas. And Special Agent Fox Mulder, and this is Special Agent Dana Scully, were with the FBI, said Mulder to a guy they were questioning about a UFO sighting. Where did you see the UFO? I don't know, near some pillars. Someone was breaking plates and there was a one-act play being performed. I can never tell where I am these days. It's all Greece to me, he replied. Sir, this is Washington, D.C., said Scully sternly. Not Greece, so shut your mouth. If you could help us out a bit more, we'd really appreciate it.
You've got Mulder's acting down.
Yeah,
monotone.
Added Mulder, settling Scully down before she punched the fool. Look, I want to help you, but I have Greek 5-a-sides to get to. Can you come back tomorrow around 4? Sure, if that's easier for you, said Mulder as he took out his phone and frustratedly fumbled with the touchscreen. I forgot. The calendar app was busted on this thing. They never made it back to interview that guy because they both just straight up forgot. It's hard living in a world without calendars. But they got a new case from Skinner the next morning anyway, so it's cool. These murders look gruesome as fuck, man, said Mulder as he thumbed through crime scene photos. Why are you making me look at these? Because that's the case I want you to work on. These poor bastards have been brutally murdered in what I can only describe as paranormal ways. It's probably werewolves, or vampires, or alien autopsy, or something like that, said Skinner. What do you think, Scully? Asked Mulder. Scully never answered. She was too engrossed in the photos. Scully? Mulder pushed the photos away. Ooh, Scully, fingering yourself? In your boss's office? With both of us in the room? Well, the photos turned me on, and he said autopsy, she shouted defensively. Anyway, it was over my toga, so fuck off. The two agents drove off.
Can I just say, I don't think Xena's set in Greece at all.
What, you think so?
I don't think it is, no. It's a fantasy realm.
Hercules.
No, I know, but...
It's a spin-off of Hercules.
I know, but it's a fantasy realm, I'm sure of it. Makes no difference. I'm sure your story will accommodate for that.
Ancient Greece was basically fantasy realm.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
The two agents drove off to question some folk. Where are we going again? Asked Scully. Fucked if I know. All the maps got destroyed in Cataclysmic Event, remember? Even the map app on my phone. Who did you think it was that did the murders, by the way? Judging from the way they were all ripped up, as if by someone with superhuman strength, I'm going to say it was Hercules. Oh yeah, shit. I forgot Cataclysmic Event made Hercules exist. Ancient Rome as fuck, man. Scully threw up the devil horns for some reason. Greece, corrected Mulder. Oh, sorry, Your Majesty, but all maps were destroyed, remember? She gave him the silent treatment all the way to the motel.
Motel.
So they went to question Hercules next morning. Yo, Hercules, of Legendary Journeys! The FBI have a bone to pick with you, threatened Scully as they spotted him doing feats of strength for a bunch of kids behind a rundown burger van. He bolted, just took off through the woods. Scully started after him, but she noticed Mulder hadn't sprung into action. What's up, Mulder? He's getting away. Let's get going. Nah, fuck that. Every time I go into the woods, a bright light shows up, and someone dies, or goes insane, or stops being insane, or doesn't die. But fuck me if it doesn't give me the worst migraine. You just go and get him, will you? So off Scully ran to try and catch up to the half-god murder suspect. They had an exciting chase through the woods. Hercules would have escaped in the darkness, but big bright lights kept showing up and giving away his cool hiding spots. Scully tackled him to the ground and started beating fuck out of him. Ah, Jesus, lady, you're hurting my face and body. That's what you get for murdering all those dudes. What did you think? The FBI wouldn't track you down, you big Greek god fuck? We saw the photos, the shit you did to all those people all mutilated and shit. I've seen aliens do less fucked up shit, and those guys are fucked. That wasn't me, it was probably Hercules. He likes to do nasty ass shit like that, said who Scully thought was Hercules. Scully pulled at his mask to reveal his true identity. Ah, what are you doing, you bitch? That shit is my face. So you are Hercules. No, I'm Xena Warrior Princess. I look nothing like Hercules, by the way. I know I had a reputation for being manly back in the 90s, but if you go back and check, I wasn't really. You were a bit manly, though. Like, this was at the height of the ninth wonder of the world, China's fame, bear to mind, so compared to her. Scully met back up with Mulder at the edge of the woods. Look out, Scully. Hercules is right behind you. He ran up, tackled Xena, and started punching her in the face as hard as he could. Scully let him keep at it for a while, but then caught him up to speed. I'm really sorry for twatting your face like that. I honestly thought you were Hercules. Xena gargled something unintelligible through bloodied gums and generally swollen features. Stuttered Mulder. Do you know where Hercules is? Xena led the agents to where she thought Hercules might be hanging out. Watch out for Medusas, she warned as they cautiously crept through the Gorgon's lair. Hercules likes to come down here and fuck with them, so they're always really pissed off. Keep up, Mulder, said Scully to a dilly-dallying Mulder. I have a confession, Scully. I'm deathly afraid of Medusas. Now come on, Mulder, they're more scared of you than you are of them. You don't understand. When I was a kid, Medusas abducted my sister. I never saw her again. I thought aliens abducted your sister. I had more than one sister, you bitch. Don't call me a bitch, you get paid more than me because you're a man piece of shit.
What?
Yeah, because Mulder got paid more than Scully.
Yeah,
and it was a whole thing. It was a whole, how'd you do about it?
I remember that, yeah.
Scully's words echoed throughout the lair and disturbed a whole flock of Medusas, which swooped down and swarmed past them, Castlevania style. Mulder freaked out, shrieking like a 1950s lady dealing with a mouse. He was up in a chair and shit, holding the front of his toga like a skirt. All that stuff. As all these manky Medusas flew past, dropping maggots all over the place. Although Scully wasn't at any risk of making eye contact with them, she still used Xena as a human shield, and the warrior princess was turned to stone. Oh great. How are we meant to find Hercules now? Scolded Mulder, once the Medusas had all flown away. I don't know, but you want to smash the statue? Shit, Scully, that's Xena's body. I mean, technically she was like an FBI informant or something. Fuck it, it's ancient Greece for some reason, let's smash it. Mulder shrugged, and they both tipped the stone remains of Xena over slowly, where she shattered into 1,000,000 pieces. She would have come around in like 5 minutes as well. The Medusa stone thing only lasts that long, but now she was dead forever instead. At the end of the cavernous lair's hallway stood a door. The two agents cautiously entered, just about ready to kick Hercules a whole mess of times. They kicked the door open and heroically entered. Instead of a big sexy Hercules to deal with, however, there was only a whimpering metal teenager. Holy cow, did you look at a special Medusa or something? Asked Mulder. Why are you metal? He added to ensure there was no confusion. No, I've always been metal. That's why they call me Tin Man, answered Tin Man from last week's episode, as he wiped the tears from his rusted old ducks. Where's Hercules? He's wanted for loads of murders. Tin Man sighed. Okay, look, everyone has been getting this wrong lately. It was that woman that was created at a party. Mulder and Scully looked at each other confused. Last week, me and a friend tried to make a girl to fuck, but it went wrong and shit. Then some other guys tried it, but they really fucked up and made this evil witch-ass motherfucker. She killed like half the population and ended up setting civilization back to fucking ancient Greece times in just a week. And for some reason, everyone thinks it was Hercules.
A week?
But he was only fucked into existence by Samantha from Sex and the City last week. And don't even ask me how that works. Samantha from Sex and the City? Now I know you're bullshitting us, said Mulder. What are you talking about? Asked Scully. Samantha from Sex and the City wasn't created last week. She's mentioned in various ancient manuscripts and tomes from like the Vatican catacombs. She's basically Satan. She's described as the fucker of worlds. Yeah, that's her, added Tin Man. It's not like you to be sceptical, Mulder. Well, it's not like I had a sister that was abducted by Samantha from Sex and the City, so I don't believe in her. How else do you explain cataclysmic event? And if she never existed, then where did Hercules come from? Just then, the room started to shake gently as a terrifying noise filled the room. The TARDIS from Doctor Who started to materialise in front of them. It stood there, none of them knowing what it was or the dangers it housed. The door slowly opened, smoke pouring out. A figure emerged. What's up? Asked Dr. Alan Grant as he stepped out of the TARDIS. Oof, am I smelly from being cooped up in that old box? Does anyone have any scoosh? To be continued.
To be continued?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't even know what next week's one is, but that's really exciting. Woof, it's all culminating there. Things are happening. So I take it our stories are in different universes then, technically.
What do you mean?
You'll see. That was really good. I like Dr. Alan Grant. He's a keeper. He's a good character you've got there. I like him. And I like the fact that Kim Cattrall has just drifted into stuff of myth now. That's really cool. She's like a Greek god herself.
Well, you'll find out next week.
Yeah, I fell asleep. No, that was really good.
So about your story, I want to hear this.
To be continued. How about
that? This old manifesto on parchment that you've got there.
Okay,
X-Files and Xena.
It's called X-Files Warrior Princess.
Oh, right, that's pretty good. That's not bad.
They both start with X, so it works pretty well. Yeah. So, Xena Warrior Princess, tall woman dressed as a warrior princess, is walking around in her village, and it's in a fantasy realm. It seems like it was set a long time ago, but it's mostly like loggy villages. You know, like loggy villages.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Things are made of logginess.
Everything's kind of wet.
Yeah, wet and loggy and green, very green. All filmed in a very one location. So
in a very one location.
Very much a one location. So she's been cast out of her tribe, and well, I was going to say she doesn't know why, but she knows why because she's changed somehow, and no one knows why it's happened. She's been living there for a while under different circumstances. Doesn't really know her origin because the show was crap and I haven't seen it. So she's basically, it says she's a warrior princess, so I guess she's the princess of this tribe. Yeah, princess of this tribe, but she's been cast out, and we'll get to the reasons why later. When I figure that out. But she's out wandering around and she's bored. She's slayed a few dragons and caught some fish. Them in Fantasy World and slayed the dragon.
A bit of a gap.
Slayed the dragon for her blood sport thrill, and then slay the fish because she was hungry for fish. She comes across an old witch in a cave. There's magic in this world, and she sees the witch is looking through some sort of portal. She says to the witch, what are you looking at? What's that you're looking at? And the witch's like, oh hey Xena, warrior princess. Obviously being a witch and off the grid and such, I'm a Republican, so I don't see you as anything greater than I. And Xena's like, yeah, I know, I have a big sword and I can stab you with it, but I don't, and I won't. I don't need to. I just killed a dragon a little while ago. It was bloody. Got my thrills there. And she's like, did you? Was it a big red dragon? She's like, yeah. She's like, that was Sam, my pet dragon. She's like, shit. Every time I come over here, I kill your pet dragon. She goes, yes, they're getting harder to find. They're expensive. What do you mean shipping? They're not rare, but they're shipping. Getting them here. They're big. Well, don't they fly? Not on command. You've got to train them. Alright, I'm sorry. And what are you doing? She's like, oh, change the subject, aye? It's like, well, yeah, because the dragon thing is putting me in a bad light, and I'm here as a friend. Like, yeah, we're pals, and we're still pals. I'm just pissed off at you for killing Sam. I like that dragon. Anyway, yeah, I'm watching TV. Like, what is TV? It's like, why did you pronounce it weird like that? It's so TV. We have the letter T and the letter V in our vocabulary. I just said, like, watching TV. Like, TV? Yeah, Xena, it's TV. You don't know what TV is, fine, but you should be able to pronounce TV. 2 letters used all the time. Okay, moving on. What is TV? What is TV, old crone? Old fuck? What? Calling me old crone now? What? Why? She's like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do like Xena warrior princessish dialogue. She's like, I don't know, like just talk normal, okay? No one's listening. No one's here. Talk normal. She's like, okay, I'll be normal. So, old lady. It's better, I guess. But you know my name. Yeah, I do, don't I? But anyway, old lady. Ask me what it is that I seek. What is that you seek? Just ask me that, please. Why do I have to ask you that sort of thing? Because I'm struggling with the dialogue here. You'll get me in the mood. It'll work. Okay, all right, princess. I'll get my acting chops on. Right? Okay. All right, let's go. Oh, princess. Oh, great princess. I didn't ask you to say, oh, great princess. I'm like, no, I'm playing along. Don't fucking look a gift horse in the mouth. Gift horse? Like, again, it's not a saying you're used to, but you know the word gift and the word horse. This is getting ridiculous. What is it that you seek? I seek what you're looking at. What you're looking at there. All right, I'm watching TV. I'm looking at another realm. Okay, people. I have the ability with this portal to look into other realms. I can see other generations of people, other creatures, other worlds without magic, great legacies, all sorts of dynasties. But what are you watching? It's a TV program. It's what they watch. You know these 2 drunk guys that beat each other up and like eat each other's faces at night. They're both dead now. They ate each other's faces. Like, well, exactly. But everyone was crowded around watching for entertainment, weren't they? I guess they were. Yeah. Yeah, that's our version of TV. And this they call them programs. Programs. We actually have the word program in our vocabulary. So yeah, okay. They're entertainment, and this one is about Mulder and Scully, and it's the X-Files, and you should like that because your name's Xena, and it's got the X-Files. All right, I'll watch it with you. What's this one about? Is it one about aliens? It's like, what do you mean this one about aliens? I don't think I've been through every episode of Xena. She lied, and I think that we don't have aliens in this show. It's like, okay, but we have people from other countries. Yeah, but we don't call them aliens. We just call them, nasty immigrants or whatever. All right, okay. So what's the show about? Well, it's really fascinating actually. This episode was really good, Xena Warrior Princess, because there was this Amish people and this Amish guy that could. The fans will remember this episode. Amish guy that could change sex between male and female, and he was like, it was crazy. And at the end of the episode, an alien spaceship that you just heard for the first time came and picked them up. And I haven't seen there's no next episode. And Xena's like, well, this will not stand. It's like, why not? It's like, well, this is a disgrace. It's a fantastic episode, and I must see what happens next. You haven't sat and watched the episode, to be fair. Well, can you record and rewind and play back? Can I record? What? Have you watched TV before? Okay, I'll come clean, old hag. I know. I'll come clean. I sneak in here every night and watch TV. I'm not gonna lie. Like, do you? It's like, yeah. How did you know how to start up the machine? Oh yeah, I say the magic words. You know the magic words? Yeah, I do. Oh, all right, fine. I can't argue with that. You know the magic words. So still coming into my house uninvited. Like, you told me I was welcome here any time. I don't think I ever said that. No, you did. Once I came here. Once time I came here, I saved your life. The this red dragon was eating you and eating your leg, remember? And I slayed it. You're trying to retcon your earlier statement. I was not being savaged by Sam, and I'm pretty sure nobody else was either, Xena. So you killed him in cold blood, and now you're... We should talk about Mulder and Scully more, to be fair. We should talk about the programme. Xena, at this point, the narrator's not been doing it. This has been just dialogue, hasn't it? They're not working. So Xena said, I'll watch it. What I'll do, your Portal, I mean, I watch it every night, but I've only ever actually watched X-Files over and over again. I've never watched anything else. It must be coming in at a very specific time each Wednesday night, about 9 o'clock. Must be, because we must be on the same time as them, if that's when they watch it. Actually, it's blurg o'clock at blurg PM or whatever here, but in their world, it's like 9 o'clock. Blurg o'clock, blurb PM. Oh my god, I forgot you need you're like Winter Soldier. I have to say your word. Okay, what is it that you seek? Oh, thanks, I can talk freely now. Can you? Is that how this works? I don't even think I want you here anymore. She's like, I'll tell you what, right? Can you send me forward in time to X-Files? She goes, it's not forward in time anyway, for a start. It's in another realm. It's like, can you send me forward in time to that other realm? It's not, there's no time difference here. You can just go to that realm. So I can go there. No, of course you can't go there. But what happens if I walk through the portal? I wouldn't do that. Why? Well, because it's not big enough. No, it is. You've got like a 28-inch portal. It's perfect. It's like, no, that's a 41-inch plasma portal, actually. Is it? Alright. Have you tried stepping through it? No. I saw a film once where a girl climbed out of it. Oh, okay. I'm just saying, I did. I saw a film like that. Right, okay, so that logic dictates that you could climb into it. She's like, yeah. Yeah, okay, try it. So Xena walks into the portal and walks out into the set of the X-Files, and it's like, Chris Carter, minutes before, just shouted, cut. Xena imagines. Because there's no one there. She's like, oh, imagine he just said cut. I'm on that hill where they shot the alien. I'm going to go and track down Mulder and Scully. So the next day she's been interviewed for a job as a special agent at the FBI, right? She just answered a want ad in the paper. That's how they recruit. And Skinner says, I probably shouldn't... Oh, he didn't say it like that. He goes, I probably shouldn't hire you because you're a woman and they make bad agents. So I'm handing you a rope here, Agent Xena, Warrior Princess. Don't go hanging yourself with it. She's like, that's a good one. Skinner, that's good, that line. Because, you give me a chance, but I better not use that chance against myself, against my further progression to my goal. He's like, yeah. I mean, why did you join the FBI? What is it that you seek? She's like, this is cool, don't need to say that here. I'm talking like a human being here. For some reason I find that much easier. That old way of talking doesn't really work for me. He's like, yeah, you don't seem Asgardian, you seem Asgardian. He goes, I just assumed you were Asgardian. She's like, I don't think the MCU is real, by the way. He's like, everything's real. That guy over there that's smoking, she's like, yeah, that's rude, by the way. No one smokes indoors anymore. He goes, no, he's not smoking. He's like, he's really sexy. What do you think? Like, he is pretty sexy, that old dude. He's still alive too. She's like, yeah, he's still alive. He's in a new series. So she goes, so can I meet Mulder and Scully? He goes, I was just about to introduce you to your new partners, Mulder and Scully. Mulder and Scully, come in here. What? Guys, like, I'm pissed at you for the thing. Mulder, you kept asking too many questions that don't need to be answered. You know, there are some rabbit holes that you don't want to go down in case you get stuck. And Mulder's like, not your best one, Skinner. He's like, I know, I just did one a minute ago. It was pretty good though. He's like, did you? What was it? She goes, he said, if I give you the rope, will you not hang yourself with it? I didn't say it like that though, Xena Warrior Princess. Like, that's the gist. Scully's like, it's not bad. Hi Scully, nice to meet you. I'm Xena. Scully's like, yep, so you are. I've seen your show. That's gonna be hard to pan out. Let's not go back to that. So, yeah, the Amish episode, the Amish, I don't know, case? Was it the Amish case? No, it was a signed case file. What was the number? I don't know, I don't remember. We did lots of cases. Alright, well, you remember the Amish guys? Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, what happened next? Well, nothing. It was the next episode was a different story. Can't end it there. It's like, yeah, we can. And Skinner goes, listen guys, I don't like this conversation you're having. I want you guys to be her new partner. And they're like, her first partner? What are we going to do with her? Why do we need our partner? Why 3 people can't be partners? And Mulder's like, I don't mind this idea. Two chick partners. It's like, Mulder, stop acting like a man. That's never going to work. Come on, dude. Just go and pine about your sister. And then Skinner says, I'm handing you guys a rope here. Don't go hanging yourselves with it. It's not the line you just said a minute ago. Yeah, but it was a good one. I should use it all the time. I should use it every time now. And Scully's like, I think you should, Skinner. That's a really good one. He goes, thanks, Scully. I just handed you a rope there. You didn't hang yourself with it. Doesn't work when you say it like that. Doesn't work. Nothing works when you smile, actually. Be glum and scowl at us. Okay. Who's directing this show anyway? Where's Chris Carter gone? He's not here. No one's here. None of this is real. Xena Warrior Prince at this point feels really disorientated. I don't even know how I got to this point. I was wondering, guys, how do I get back to my realm? And they're like, I don't know anything about what you just said, but I imagine climb through a random TV screen, that's how you go between realms. And Mulder goes, yeah, totally. That's how I go to other realms, although I never have. Scully's like, why haven't you? He goes, no one ever has. All right, neither they have. So how do we know about it? Don't know, because she insinuated that's how she got here. So she went back through the TV. Bye, she said. Bye, thanks for the thing. I won't hang myself with that rope, Skinner. And he's like, oh, kid. That's the greatest agent I've ever seen, guys. Like, that's the greatest single FBI agent we've ever had. And she goes back into the old lady's house and says to the old lady, you know what? Like, it was nice to meet them and everything, but it wasn't really a thought out plan. I mean, I've seen other episodes. I actually kind of, when I saw next week that there was a different episode, I knew they didn't miss an episode. I knew it was just kind of a dodgy ending. I'm okay with it. And the old lady said, can we talk about why you're banished now? And Xena said, yeah, why? I said, well, because you came here just 2 or 3 weeks ago for the first time. She's like, did I? He's like, yeah. Do you remember anything before that? Nope. That's because you came into my fucking hut, right? Just wandered in, and you shagged my pet dinosaur, Rudolph, dead. Shagged him dead. And Rudolph was the biggest, horniest dinosaur on the planet, and you were too much for him. Did I say dinosaur? I meant dragon. This whole time I meant dragon. Did I say dinosaur the whole time? You shagged my dragon to death, and you're a bitch for it. And you would have shagged me to death too, in all my vagary. You would have shagged me to death too if I didn't put a mind lock on you, motherfucker. Mind lock spell. You, boom! And she's like, alright, what'd you do that for? It's like, to convince you that you're just a normal warrior princess. Why did you go for warrior princess? I said, I should have made you like a fucking copper maid or something. What's a copper maid? No idea. But I made you one that it would exist. So yeah, I thought you were going to kill, like, rape fuck all the men in the village, and all the women, and all the children, and all the animals, and all the furniture. I thought, that's not good. So I put this mind block on you. She's like, fine, but the people accepted me as one of their own. Yeah, for like a week. And then what they got rid of me. Yeah, because you're blonde hair. What, my blonde hair? It's like, yeah, warrior princes always have black hair. I told you to dye it, but you wouldn't. She's like, I didn't know why you wanted me to. You didn't say why. She just do what you're fucking told, shouldn't you? Alright, so what happens to me now? Well, I can't take the mind lock off you. Why not? Well, because then you would just be unleashed on the universe again. Oh yeah, you told me everything. You've been in all fucking realms, everywhere. All shagging guys from like sci-fi realms where they have like lasers and pew pew. You've been doing it all. But now you're here, you're safe, no one can hurt you, and I'm just going to keep you here generally to be my buddy. So I can be the old crone. Yeah, you can call me that now. I'm fine with it. And you can be Xena Warrior Princess, my buddy. But what with my real me? What am I missing out on? You're not missing out on anything. I'm saving the universe by doing this and sparing your life because you can't be killed. I can't be killed. Nope. When I put the mind lock on you, I tried to kill you so much, and you obviously have had bad feeling towards me for that. So I put another mind lock on you. You got 2 mind locks. Actually, you got 3. Why? I did something sexual to you out of curiosity, and I put a mind lock on myself because, oh my god, I don't want to go back there again. That is some dangerous stank. And Xena said, so what now? Nothing. Because you're now trapped in this dimension, in this realm, so if anyone else was to talk about you, they'd have to acknowledge that at some point down the line. And that's why you weren't an alley story this week. Because you're just a legend. The end. This is where Kim Cattrall is now in the story. If you want her out of there, you're going to have to get her out somehow. You have to explain it somehow. I've taken her out of play for a while. It's up to you to free her from her bonds.
Do you even know what next week is? Can you even guess? Do you have any clue whatsoever? I mean, I've told you before.
It doesn't matter. I have no idea.
Well, I'll tell you.
Tell me on the show.
Alright,
okay, then tell me then.
It's so next week, readers, it is The Prince of Persia and Power Rangers.
Oh, cool. I love both these things more than anything.
You know them both moderately, yeah? Like every week.
I've played some Prince of Persia games and Power
That
Rangers.
Power Rangers game in the SNES.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't
it? It wasn't bad, yeah. It was
that
alright.
Rare, or am I thinking Battletoads?
That was me thinking Battletoads.
That was like
Wasn't
Turtles in
SNES
Time.
though.
Turtles in Time kind of thing.
No, it was just side-scrolling.
It's supposed to be good though.
It was alright, it wasn't bad.
Completionist played it with one of the original Power Rangers recently on his channel.
Really?
Yeah, you got one of them back in to play it with him. They reviewed it.
Man. That's a tragic happening.
End. he committed suicide right afterwards.
Okay, so next week it's Prince of Persia and Power Rangers, and that
Whoop-de-whoop.
will be the last episode in the series.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Good. Thank God for me. He's gonna... Wouldn't it be ironic if he put a copyright claim on us for that?
So yeah, join us next week for that.
So you're going to have a glorious finale to your story?
Yeah, I guess.
Cool.
I wouldn't say glorious or finale. But
I'm
to my story though.
I'm going to put Frasier in mine again.
So I said, join us next week on the episode.
Yeah, if you like. I mean, if you've got other things to do, it's fine. It's been nice weather lately. But you can listen to your podcast.
It has. I can't even...
You can listen to your podcast in the park.
Yeah, you can. Listen to us in the park, guys.
Or like, just save it, and when it rains, hey, wait. Save it for a rainy day. I just thought of that right now.
It's pretty good.
Because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't 5 pence... Saving 5 pence for a rainy day doesn't make sense.
You can spin it around the table, play that football
Is that
game
what they're
thing.
getting at, though? Because, like, you can find a 5p anywhere.
I think it's like, play it for a rainy day where you can throw it at your friend. Try and hurt him with a 5p. Because it's not, I mean, a big heavy coin, you could really hurt someone with that, but 5p, you've really got to try.
5p.
Yeah.
Remember in the 80s when coins were different?
Oh yeah, they were 10p's.
Massive.
5p's were just 10p's. I won't
10p was huge.
10p was huge, but
5p was... The
5p was just a 10p.
I remember the 5p launched, the new 5p launched. It was a big deal. People were collecting them. Like, I got 25 5p's. How many have you got? I'm not kidding. Kids had jars of 5 pences and they carried
new
them.
ones. They were really shiny back then, remember?
Tiny wee things.
The only one I don't remember is the...
I love the fact that people are like, they get smaller still. They're still getting smaller. They're still getting smaller. They're small all the time.
What do you mean?
People don't believe that. Old ladies like, coins are getting smaller. No, your hands are getting bigger. That's a bigger problem.
Fucking freak lady with big...
Late onset elephantitis. Stop trying to pay with change with boxing gloves on then.
I remember a friend in school had a big jar of 50p's, and it's the old 50p's, big chunky boys, you know, in this jar. And you couldn't trade them anymore, it was too late. And I'm thinking, there's about 50 quid's worth of 50p's in there, you fucking idiot. You could have bought like a Megazord or something.
I think you'd probably melt them down for more than 50p each.
No, old 50p's, they're made of nothing.
Those old coins are more valuable than the new ones.
Well, yeah, the actual materials that made them, not 50p's.
They weren't worth that, but they were like expensive to make. They were like 10p each.
Yeah.
It was costing too much. And the new ones are cheaper, obviously.
Speaking of 10p each, Audible.com and Lynda.com.
Yep, that's what they cost to buy.
Yeah.
Buy a box of, go to the shop and buy a box of Lynda.com, it's 10p. And buy a couple of reams of Audible.
That joke's getting old, let's drop it now.
Yeah. So the old crone in my story put a mind lock on Audible and Lynda.com.
Cool.
Sadly, Dollar Shave Club are still sniffing at our heels.
Damn.
I know.
Damn them.
The thing is, like, I don't do a wet shave, so that offers me nothing.
Yeah.
I don't shave to the skin, so it offers me nothing, that service. I feel alienated and confused by it. Gonna have to sue their asses. They'll be contractually obliged to offer some sort of service to people with beards. But where's make razor blade? Doesn't matter. You're alienating the bearded. You have to produce something because we'll have to make some like beard wax or something.
That's a pretty good plug for Dollar Shave Club right there. And with that, I guess we're done with the episode.
It's kind of a cool thing to just give free advertising to companies that don't need it.
I wouldn't really call it advertising.
Alright, I'm going to put a plug for that blind guy that sings on Argyle Street in 2004. Go and see him in 2004. He was good. He needs all the help he can get. Give him a couple of bob.
Cool.
Some shillings. Power Rangers is something else. Prince of Persia and Power Rangers, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be good, isn't it? That's going to be good next week.
Well, it's not as good a one as this week, but...
I think it's pretty good. Everyone, you remember Power Rangers when you were a kid. You remember the other one, Prince of Persia, from when you were a bit older than when you were a kid.
Whiteboard for the show or something.
I don't know how the fuck we forget them so easily. Every week.
We talk about last week's and then we don't really talk about it.
Not really. It's not hard. Don't make excuses.
What was last week's?
What, you mean the one we just did right now?
Well, last week's one.
I don't know. Predator and Pokemon, was that it? No, it wasn't. It was Weird Science and the Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah, that was better. That was a better episode.
Then this one, or next week's?
Then next week's will be killer because we've got special guests.
No, we don't.
We've got a prize fund of £2.8 million. That's more than Wimbledon has now.
Wow. We're bigger than Wimbledon.
But there's a lot of disabled categories, so they get a little bit of it.
Oh.
Without them, it's £2.5 million.
Who wins this £2.8 million?
The winner.
Who's the winner of what?
He or she that is victorious at the end of the trials, Ali.
Okay, fair enough.
You've asked me your questions 3, no more.
Okay, readers, join us next week for Power Rangers and Prince of Persia stories.
Yeah, and
this show is getting out of control.
Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.